What's up, everybody? This is Lost Dreams 2580. It's a beautiful day out. You're going to hear some crickets in the background, maybe some cars going by because I'm not closing the window. So, as long as you can get past this, I can get past it. And let's talk builds. So today I'm going to be using Saryn's Immortal build. It's a lot like Valkyr's. Um Real tanky, lots of health, and as much energy as possible, along with rage. Uh, Kohm. We're going to take a look into that as well too. Aqua Magnus and the Jet Katag. I already did some videos on that, so all you have to do is look that up and you'll be able to find them and take a look at the Speed Katag build that I use frequently with most of my frames because it's just fun. Everyone loves smashing things and making things fly into the air. So let's take a look at Saryn here. Alright, so this build is basically spaced around rage and regenerative molt. So rage, obviously we're going to want to have our shields as low as possible, and with Saryn that's 300 hit points of shield, so you have to take some damage to get to the rage, but once you're in there you're going to definitely make enough to always be using this. So I'm not going to be using as much of the other abilities of this frame with it as I am regenerative molt, because you know that is part of the immortal build. Now regenerative molt's going to give you 50 health every second for 10 seconds as long as your molt lasts that long, and then much like Loki's decoy, it's gonna distract the enemy that's around you, allowing you to either get off shots or do whatever you might want to do to get away, as long as you can get that 50 health back. Now, as for Saryn, she has very high damage output when it comes to her number 4. So I have a Broken Intensify just to fit it on there, Transient Fortitude, and also a Stretch to take and extend it just a little further. Now, as I've said in my other builds, I have no formas on any of my frames just because I don't feel like I want to use the resources as of right now, because it's more of an end game thing. But the rest of them, we're going to want to get your power up as high as possible. With her it's only 300, but that's good enough. That's going to give you enough to keep alive, seeing as how you can only use one molt at a time. And then obviously the tanking. So I use physique as well, just to make sure that I have just a little bit extra health. Now it doesn't really give you that much, but obviously we're going to want to have it on there to get a little extra capacity points to finish up the build and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I like on her. Now we're going into the kohm here, which is one of my favorite guns. As for DPS and firing and just the passive punch through that the gun has, I do really enjoy it. Now the accuracy on it is a lot higher than you think when you look at it. The accuracy only becomes really bad when you are just holding the button down and just unloading with it. Now I did put forma into this gun. I put 2 formas on it just because I thought that this gun was worth having it on. So basically I went more of an elemental build. Now you'll notice that this gun is really well balanced between both impact and puncture, so you'll be able to use it on everything, not just based on, oh well, I'm going to fight the corpus, or oh, I'm going to fight the Grineer. But I did put radiation on it. Now radiation I do enjoy a lot because of the fact that in the higher levels basically that's going to turn the enemy against themselves. So even without having a whole ass load of damage, which are on some of the guns you can get up to, this gun excels at status chance. Now you can get it a lot higher, but I took and only put 2 formas on it, so it's not going to be huge. Now I have Chilling Grasp on there obviously for elemental combinations. Hell's Chamber, I do not take it to level 5 because it is not a multi-shot build. I just want to make sure that consistently 100% of the time I'm going to be launching an extra one. So I didn't feel that the capacity point was well used to put another one on there. Toxic Barrage I use as well with the combination. Now this gun eats a lot of ammo as well too, so you want to make sure that you have at least some decent shotgun ammo mutation on it, or you're going to end up only using it for about 5 you know, maybe 5 minutes before it runs out completely. Charged shell, blaze to get that extra damage on there, plus the heat for the elemental, shotgun spaz so that you don't have to wait as long for the wind up, and then point blank just to make sure that you have the extra damage on it. Now, as I was saying, with this gun, you don't always have to know exactly where they are to be able to actually shoot them. With the punch through on this gun and quick reloads, it actually does make it fun to use. Now, like I said, at a distance it does take and lose on accuracy, but as for one shots, it's not that bad when it comes to playing. But with the absolutely huge amount of ammunition that this thing carries in a clip, you really won't have to reload as much as you think you would. Plus, like I said, it's a shotgun, so taking and just shooting through things with a huge amount of spread means that you don't really have to take and have punch-through mods for the shotgun to be able to keep up like you would want to. You know, and waste those extra capacity points that you might be using something else for extra damage. But it definitely is a fun gun. You don't have to be absolutely accurate with it. You don't have to aim, and as long as you're using it just one pump, you're not going to have to worry about taking and being inaccurate like with a lot of the other shotguns. Now, there was a cap on it that they nerfed, which allows extra rounds to be fired additionally, you know, infinitely in the clip, but unfortunately they took it out, so there's only like maybe 10 rounds that'll be taken out once you reach your max full. So it definitely is a fun gun to have, and definitely worth it. I use it in T4s as well as pretty much just regular farming because of the fact that it's really easy to use, and well, let's face it, it just is a boss of a gun when it comes to just DPS. Its only rival is the Soma. I actually have more fun using this gun than I do the Soma, so like I said, you can just shoot through anything. You don't have to use any kind of punch through mods on it, and it is absolutely epic. Now on to the Aqua Magnus, which is one of my favorite guns to use. Now it's not an epic endgame gun, but it is absolutely entertaining to use. Now it does have quite a bit of damage that you can get into it. Now it's not near as much as the Aklexes are, but as I said, I didn't put any formers into this, so this is something that even the beginner can actually take and achieve easily without having to worry about taking and spending a lot of time forma and re-leveling and so on and so forth, because let's face it, that's a downside to forma, is just re-leveling and re-leveling and re-leveling. I only do it to guns that are absolutely amazing, and I feel that they must have, you know, extra capacity points on it. So this is just a standard 60-point build on this one. We're looking at radiation once again, like I said, with builds that have a higher status chance. I do like to use radiation because if I'm getting swamped, it's a decoy. You know, once radiation procs on them, they're going to attack other people. People are going to attack them, and you can take and sit there and pick off the remainder on the outside. Now, viral is something that I like as well too, because of the fact that it takes and cuts their life in half when it procs. Now it says, if you research it, that viral takes and procs, and then you have to wait for it to wear off to proc again to cut their life in half again. But I have been playing a lot, and I noticed that when I'm using viral now, like this gun for example is not totally boss, so it's not going to do a huge amount of damage against level 60s and stuff like that, but when you shoot them, it seems that every time it procs, it takes and cuts it in half. Just what I've noticed when playing on high levels with other guns, and even with this one as well too. Now, since I don't have a forma on it, using Hornet Strike, barrel diffusion, like I said, I don't go up to level 5 because of the fact that I just don't want to use that point there. I want to use it on something else since I don't forma, I want to space my points out. Now later on in endgame, when I decide that I got everything I want, I'm just going to go and I'm going to finish it up when I take and forma this weapon. But I do believe that this weapon does deserve it. So barrel diffusion to get that 100% chance consistency, you know, that it's going to shoot a second bullet every time you pull the trigger. Heat charge level 2 just to fit it in there. Pistol Gambit is a necessity on this weapon for me because I do like the chance of critical shots. That's what makes the gun hit a lot harder than what it does with a ×2. 55%, that with barrel diffusion is going to make it, you know, pretty much hit crit every time. Ice Storm, I want to get a little bit extra mag capacity, that's why I have it on here. Pistol Pestilence, and then Jolt as well too. So that's going to give us quite some damage on the status chances. And you know, like I said, I just really enjoy this gun. Now, as I said, this weapon is for the people that do like to take and have accuracy, sniping, and the capability to one-shot a lot of things if you choose to. It also has a fire rate that's going to be a lot higher than the ability of your finger to press down. So if you want to just unload on a whole group of people, you can do so with ease. Now the reload, I just love the way it looks, the click-clacks, and it just feels right. Now it doesn't have a huge capacity of magazine, and there is a slight hit scan delay when it comes to how fast the bullets shoot. You know, so you might miss a little bit, but it is an epic gun to have. It's pretty well balanced compared to like the Lex that is dedicated pretty much to Grineer with its puncture abilities. It's not epic, but it is definitely a boss gun in my opinion. If you like to take and just shoot at things and be able to just pop it off. If you're a cowboy, if you got that cowboy play style, this gun is going to appeal to you a lot. But that's just me. So this, you know, this is what I look at when it comes to playing alone and having fun. Now, it could deal with some punch through. Now, I am addicted to punch through, but it is fun. It is accurate, and it will take heads off. Now, a lot lately I've noticed that there seems to be some hit detection problems, because I'll be shooting and it will definitely hit the target, but it won't take and register. So you know, I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but let me know. I mean, it may be something, it may not be. May just be my aiming. I am using a new mouse, so. But anyway, so let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite weapon is. Maybe something you guys would like to see, anyone that watches these videos. And let me take and see if I can get something up there if I have it. Now, I did get a lot of guns that I did get rid of because I don't spend platinum. I don't spend money. I believe free-to-play is free-to-play. Now, with the economy and stuff that you can get platinum in here, that is nice, so I do get it every once in a while, so I don't waste it on things that I don't feel I need. So I don't buy like a lot of gun slots unless it's something that I just have to keep, like, you know, like the Soma or the Jekatog, you know, those things, there's just weapons that you just have to keep, you know. But anyway, I'll leave you on that, and everyone have a good one.